Good morning. Before we get started, please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Please comment whether you agree with me or not. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for participating. I love having you here. So today I want to talk about something very specific. I wanted to share, I hear a lot of people who are in this journey of what they call enlightenment, or some people say finding themselves, coming to Jesus. However somebody puts it, in a Christian way, they talk about getting saved or being saved, and having the Holy Spirit, things like that. But as far as the people who are into the enlightenment and the manifestation, the transformational way of expressing that, I just wanted to share that I notice a lot of times, especially in videos that I see, and I'm not criticizing anybody else or their teachings or their videos, but a lot of times people talk about enlightenment or being on another frequency, or kind of elevating or getting higher up in wavelength, or just being in a higher realm or a higher dimension or something like that. Oh, I just saw a groundhog. He was sitting on the wall. That's why it was so cute. But they talk about once somebody is enlightened, and especially when they talk about being on a higher vibration, it almost sounds like this person is on a higher vibration, and they talk about the 3D and the 5D, and they'll say one person is on a higher vibration, another person is on a lower vibration. And yes, a lot of that has to do with describing, lower vibrational frequencies being, like things like anger, rage, hate, jealousy, fear. Those things kind of live on a lower vibration. And then, love, peace, joy, happiness, forbearance, forgiveness, those things live on a higher vibrational frequency. But I think that there's a danger in all of this of making that sound like the people who have found that higher vibrational level, and I don't think anybody stays there permanently and never, ever, ever, I can't say anybody, but most human beings, I think, live in a space where we fluctuate, where we find that higher frequency, and then we might go back to a more worldly frequency at times, sometimes longer than others. But I think we all have fluctuations. I don't think anybody just gets way up there and stays there. Otherwise, they would be in what's called heaven. And it is earth on as it is in heaven. I mean, there might be certain people that have found that enlightenment that never leave it. If you know any of those people, or if you were one of them, please let me know. I'd be very interested to talk to you if you have gotten onto a what they call a higher vibration or a higher wave and stayed there permanently. But I kind of I haven't seen anybody name calling or shaming or talking down to people in those platforms, those videos or those forums, but I do notice that it almost seems like I've been enlightened, and like I know so much more, especially in comments. I see I know this and I know that, and you just don't know, and you're not there yet. And it almost seems like there's a lot of pride sometimes that goes along with some people getting to that point. And I think that in and of itself kind of brings you to a lower frequency. When we have too much pride and we're bragging and boasting and rubbing things in people's faces, basically shaming them, or not shaming them, they don't really go that far, but just maybe making them feel smaller because they haven't found the right level to be on yet. They almost play it like a video game where the better players get up on this higher level, and then they leave all the bad players in the dust. And I mean, I don't see it on this planet. And when I look at human beings and I see where everybody is, and I don't know where everybody is, I know where I am. but I don't look at everybody else and think, oh, my higher or lower, and compare. And I just think that looking at people like they're bad because they're of where they are in their journey, I think that is not shining a light. I think that the wavelengths that we're talking about that we want to be on are like music. I mean, I compare it more to music. You've got soprano, you've got your tenor, you've got your bass, you've got all the different notes. Some of them are high notes, some of them are low notes. And then you have frequencies like hertz, like 532 hertz, and 831 or whatever it is hertz, and you have it right. I don't know if it's called hertz. If I'm wrong about that, correct me please. But just, you've got these different frequencies, and I've looked at frequencies and I've seen things that say, oh, play this for healing, play this if you want to bring money to you. I don't know about, I think for me that sounds a little woo-woo as far as listening to certain frequencies for certain reasons. I don't know if if there's such a thing as connecting with a certain frequency to bring certain things on in your life, like you sleep with that frequency on. I'm not sure about that, and again, I could be wrong. If anybody has done that and it works for you, let me know. But just because you're on a 532 frequency for healing doesn't mean that you're wrong. You're not on an 831 frequency that has more to do with bringing wealth into your life or something like that, or whatever these frequencies are that are supposed to do certain things. One of them isn't better or worse than the other. They're just different. Musical notes, just because I sing a high note doesn't mean that I'm better than the guy that's singing the low note. Just because I play a rhythm guitar and I'm doing the solos doesn't mean that I'm better than the guy that's playing the bass. We all fit in this life experience together. We're all on a journey, and we all are like different musical tones. And musical tones are vibration. Music is wave, and it is on a certain vibration that we hear. And so I just wanted to use that analogy because, as I'm interacting with all the other human beings here on this earth, and I'm not trying to say that there isn't such a thing as a lower frequency that you don't want to be on and a higher frequency where you want to be, but I don't label people as good or bad based on, saying you're on this frequency and you're on that frequency. I don't look at people like they ride on one frequency all the time, and that's kind of like how their label. Like, oh, you're batting 1,000. Oh, you're only down there. You're 100. Ooh, gosh. I just feel like we're all always in waves, and the waves flow, and the waves of life I'm talking about are just always flowing. Sometimes we're discovering new things. Sometimes we are enlightened, and we're riding on that wave that is a spiritual connection with Jesus and the all, what he described as the one, the I am, the Holy Spirit. Sometimes we're right in tune with that, and sometimes we fall off a little bit, until we learn something. But that doesn't mean that we are good or bad. It just means that we are learning and growing while we're in this experience. So I don't like to see people, I don't like to look at people and try to judge where they are. I'm losing my voice already, and I'm just heading to the office. This isn't good. This is the wildfires. We have Canadian wildfires making our air quality unsafe. So here I am talking, and I've got my voice disappearing already. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. I just think it's really important for all of us to interact with people on this earth as if everybody's on their own journey, and all of our journeys are important. Each of us is on the journey that we're supposed to be on. Each of us is riding on the wave that we're supposed to be on at the at the moment until we do learn things. And I just want to kind of prevent the labeling. But I have to get into the office. I don't have time to go over and over this, but I think that you get the point. If you have anything to add or share, please do comment. I really do appreciate it when you comment, and I hope you're all having a great day.